Okay, we should be live. Getting a little bit better at that. So I'm trying out a microphone. I'm gonna get camera and everything organized. Okay. I'll check if audio is better. Um, Video for sure should be better. Let's see. How does that sound on stream? Oh, that's great. Okay, so you should have much more consistent audio. Might be kind of loud, but we'll see how that goes. All right, I have it on face tracking. It should track me now. Pull up chat here. Okay. Temperature, we're at 55 today. Pretty good. 55 is really solid for the gym. Uh, Camera lost me. Got me back. Can't walk too fast or it does lose me. Turn the TV on so I can see chat. Let's see what we got for warm up. I did download OBS. I'm not running OBS. I don't think I'm running OBS. It's just open on my laptop. It's not actually plugged in for the streaming option. It should just be direct from webcam, not having to pipe in anything. But I may try messing with that tomorrow to see if I can get any different sound options for like music or things like that. Just some very subtle background music. Okay, we got T, spine, reach, kneeling. What's that look like again? Okay. All right, I got kind of the idea. I do like that. Chest supported IYT. I do like these a lot. Notice that rep scheme here. It looks like everything is for time. Um, I mostly just get close on time. That way it's in the right ballpark. Doesn't have to be perfect. Oh, shoulder taps. I substitute these um, with just doing it like at a elevated mountain climber. I think you're supposed to do this, but as long as I'm getting the shoulders moving, I'm pretty happy with it. It could be either or. Just getting that stability down and some of that range of motion. Oh, happy with that. Oh. See some shoulder rotation work with white bands. Oop, I got stuck. I don't know how I did that. It's like when you get your pant loop, belt loop stuck on a door handle. And if you asked me to do it, I wouldn't be able to. But due to the fact that it's just happened, it happens perfectly. Here's about the only moment, not the only moment, I have a handful of moments where I think of something that'd be nice with a dual cable setup. Let's stop there. I really do find that the need for a dual cable system is pretty unnecessary. I love how it looks, don't get me wrong. I'm someone who, if you walk around their gym, you'll say, all of what I have here is completely unnecessary. I will not disagree with you at all. Um, we're well past the point of necessary in here, but essentially just for some rotation work, some dual rotation work, or chest flies. It's the only time I would think I'd really want both cable systems set up. All right. We do that rotation one more time. I'm going to put on a little bit of music for me. You all don't get any through here. I'm getting a little better at just filling air by keep talking, but there will be plenty of dead air, and I don't know if I really intend for that to be different. So I forgot I was supposed to be stretching up, and then you go back up. There we go. That was supposed to be what I was supposed to do, but oh well, close enough. Oh, back on me. Back on me. Oh, here. Or not. There we go. It works pretty good a lot of the time. Not every time, but I would say it's bad at it. That way, tease. I'm going to lower this one. That one felt just a little high. Just like a little bit lower. Oh. That's good on those. I do have to consciously think walk slow around the gym, because I do know if I walk too quick. Oh, if I read from the plank, shoulder taps from plank. Okay. I mean, I didn't do it from plank. I did not. It's close. It's more like a downward dog. I guess I could do this. I mean, technically, you're in a plank down here, but I assume Andrew means like a push-up position. Yeah, this is harder. That easier or harder? Oh, you can now rock into it if you do it that way. Ooh, my legs are sore. I had squats on Thursday. I'm still beat up from squats. In a good way. I am very happy we're including squats in the program. I think squats are absolutely a must to just keep in strength training. Doesn't have to be every single week, but you know, a couple times a month minimum. It just depends on the comp or the training goals, obviously, but I think regular squats are good to keep the body primed for. Okay. Kimber did an okay good job keeping up with that for a long walk around the gym. See, we got American kettlebell swings and standing Arnold press. Okay. How many? 8. Okay. So I've been thinking for like overlay kind of things using the skirt of the screen. I wouldn't say crowd it with information, but slowly starting to piece out things to include. I think it'd be fun. Um, what I don't know is how much work that adds to set up, and so what can be done on the fly. And if it can just be like a quick add-on, then great. I'd be happy to walk over there right now and type in kettlebell swings to what to say, press, standing Arnold press, and then I can move on after that. So it's really quick information, not anything of any detail, but just quick information. I think anything more would just be deterring from the workout. And not that, clearly it seems me talking to the camera and things like that are deterring from the workout. But as I've said several times, and I'll keep saying this for a while for anybody who's new, the intention behind this is one, it'd be fun. I like it. It's been enjoyable. I'll keep doing it as long as it's fun. And two, it really keeps me off my phone. There's still some, but it really does keep me off my phone a little bit more. Now I'm interacting through the internet in another way, but I find it's a little bit more productive. It's not like doom scrolling esque. Even if I was messaging on there, it's a little bit more interactive, and I like that. Let's start kind of lighter, 30s on these. I say that's lighter. We'll see. Yeah, any rep work is where I'm wondering where that heavy breathing is going to come into play with the microphone being right by my face. Ah, take a little bit of a breather there. So we cleaned out the house a little bit today. Okay, we Nicole cleaned out the house a fair bit today, and she went through her nightstand. I don't know about you all, but there's typically some place in your house all the gift cards get piled up in. I'm like, oh shoot, let's see if we have anything. Well, we have a piling of rogue gift cards. So I none of them have an expiration date. I know some gift cards still do expiration dates. I just had a gift card I had to use that had an expiration date, but the other ones we had were some Outback Steakhouse gift cards. We do try to eat out to new places, not chains, like local stuff, or with very few storefronts. Predominantly, it's where we try to eat if we're going to go out, but it'd be nice to save a little bit of money. It's we already have it in a gift card, and I'm sure those were gifts from somebody else. Sure, we're gonna go to Longhorn. The Longhorn, Outback. Yeah, Outback tonight. And for chains, that might be my favorite place to do steak. I really don't like to get steak out. You know, steak is probably up there with one of my favorite mains to get to eat. I find I can do it just fine myself at home. I can get it infinitely cheaper from a grocery store. So I have a hard time spending steakhouse prices for steak. But on the other end of it too, um, some of the chains do actually an okay job, but the price is really good. And so now you also run the risk. I think chains have the highest risk of doing it not so good, and then you've paid extra for a not so great steak, and that really hits my soul. My belly is sloshing. Oh my gosh, that's uncommon. I nothing I'm doing right now as far as eating or drinking is any weird for me. Really moving. All right. So that's, oh, I didn't do the Arnold's. This will be for 12. Woo. All right, there we go. Circus Dumbbell clean and press. Building up to a 1 rep max, but be modest about it. Rest 2 to 3 minutes between sets. In between sets, we're supersetting with 2 pull-ups. Okay. All right. I feel pretty good today. I don't see why today wouldn't be a good day to get some good numbers. You know what? I'll break out the fresh sleeves. How about that? Yeah. Goals for today. Let's think. When I almost decapitated myself with the Circus dumbbell, which that's on my Instagram page if you want to see that. That was 135 for 3. You know, I'd really like 145 today. Well, okay, I'll be honest. I really want 150. 150 will not happen today. That is not being modest per Andrew's instruction. But that is what I want. I think 145 is realistic. Because when I got 135 for 3, I had some like recatches I had to do. So I had a lot of more energy exerted than maybe I initially thought I would for a normal rep, a 3 rep set. Okay. I'll do a little bit of ankle mobility here in a second. Because I know for me, that dip, this ankle just does not get as deep as I could get to get as much power out of that press. If there's anybody in the chat who wants to say hi, I'd love to talk. I'm more than happy to talk between sets. I will say I got to change up how I set this up. Let's see. Put my laptop here on the bench. There we go. What I'd really like to get, I just don't really know who sells it, is I have seen them at Rogue. Or I guess I haven't seen them at Rogue. I've seen um, events that Rogue is doing the majority of the equipment for, have them at, and that being uh, it's a really thick crash pad. It's almost like a stunt man, where when you fall on it, there's definitely a layer of like air cushion. So it almost cradles the implement and then distributes it with a foam pad underneath. What it might actually be is very loose foam pad on the top with a harder foam pad on the bottom to catch it and actually protect the surface underneath it. That would be a lot better for Circus dumbbell. My current setup's not bad. I just put these both down in front. All right, we'll do a little bit of blocking here so I have a good view angle. Oh, yeah, camera is working great, Brandon. I'm really getting the hang of it, and it just does a good job. I track here, I can come down, that works. You all can't really see the top angle though. Here, I'm going to pause the camera, and I'm going to back you all up a little bit. Here, we'll play around with that, see how that does. What'd that give us? If I'm here, I'm extended. What does this see? I could tilt the camera up a little bit. Yeah, that was right here. So nothing behind me. People were really hung up that I had a bar behind me. And so when I fell, but when I watch it back and how it felt like when it happened, I was already falling before really getting to this. Then I do go over it, and I didn't really have a easy land, but I didn't really even notice the bar behind me is an issue. Um, but I did get explicit instruction by multiple people to move that bar. So, you know, no bar today. Let's see, I'll pause this angle. I'll do manual. So let's see if I extend this up a little bit. Probably pull it down just a little bit over. And then that's about as much as we get. That's good. I'm happy with that. Brandon, how's the audio? I have a lav mic on, or I think that's what you call any mic that you have the way I do on me right now. A wireless mic. Sounds good. Okay. Yeah, I hope it sounds a little bit better. I don't think the other one sounded bad. It definitely sounded like you were watching a live stream of a guy in his garage. Not sure. Aw, that was nice. It is a Hollyland. I'll show it off. Hollyland. It's the smaller version, and in it, I can show this computer. How I have it hooked up, it has a USB-C connector. So this really is for your phone. I have that from a USB-C to a USB-A adapter because on my laptop, the USB-C ports are right next to each other, and so I couldn't have the USB-C for the camera and the mic in right next to each other because they would physically couldn't fit. Um, so this is two mics, and it comes with a whole bunch of different ways to have the mic set up. So I could have me and Nicole or whoever both of these on doing audio. Would be really good for things like the Arnold or Home Gym Con or things like that. But I forget what I paid for it. Uh, maybe 75 bucks. I like it a lot. Okay. Empty. This is 102. When I say that, I always think of where I went to school, or the big station all the high schoolers want to listen to on the radio. It's 102.5, The Cat. Growing up, what was your all's radio station of choice? Was there a go-to? Oh yeah, Brandon, DJI. I mean, they just make great stuff. I've been seeing some things about, restrictions and rules on drones that might give this some issues. It's interesting you like the DJIs more. Common assumption would be Rode would be better just because Rode has that popularity behind being a microphone brand or an audio brand. But no, DJI is cool. Ooh, that was bad. That was a bad set. I'll give myself a minute. Alt rock and grudge. Okay. Was that your genre in growing up? Alt rock, Brandon? I'm gonna move the mats a little bit. It just feels a bit off. Let's try that. Still is. uh, yeah, good question. So for Circus Dumbbell, I almost never train left. Very rarely would I ever do left for the Circus Dumbbell. I might do it just if I'm like early in the off season and I just want to like get some balance work. I can't see myself ever in a comp. It's so awkward. Like I will say when I first started learning, there might have been a moment to try train both a little bit and get that motor coordination down, but there's so much of a learning curve to get that coordination down. I think you're better off just investing more of it in your right side. Oh, I just pulled the. Yeah. All right. I'm going to turn off the track. So you can turn it off so it won't accidentally do it like it just did there, but it will pull itself if you don't. Okay. Um, but no, it's like an Olympic lift. You just are trying to get that motor pathway down. And at the end of the day, you'll get press in. Like the rest of my workout's going to be press that's symmetrical. This is just the one asymmetrical movement. It just doesn't really matter. But it is very much a feel thing. I might do grip chirp today because I'm just not feeling right. That felt good though. If that was heavier, that would have definitely pulled me over. Our age is going to start showing up in the talking music now. No idea what you're talking about. Enjoy the mutual company in the chat for when I can't keep up. So on the Circus dumbbell, I do 2 collars. I do these old school, there's like spin locks. No, I don't. I do these first. Cerberus lock jaws. I do that first. And then I do these to really crank them on and keep it tight. One benefit is I can have a lot of confidence that these aren't coming off. The other benefit, both collars put the dumbbell empty at 105 pounds. So math gets easier. Okay, that should be secure. So I just added on 2 10s, up to 125. I'm going to switch shirts and do a grip shirt. I have a couple grip shirts. I have one strongman grip shirt, and the difference, I don't know what this is going to do as far as audio quality while I move you around. I would assume you can still hear me. It's probably a little bit less clear. Okay. There we go. This will just give me a little bit of traction on my shoulder for the dumbbell. I'll probably do one more. That's just like a warm up. And then I'll get into the actual work. I might count this next one as an actual set. How are we on angling? That's good. Yeah, looks pretty good. I'll pull this back a little bit. More likely to be in frame. So I do like to wear a belt. Adds a little bit of that core stability. I do so much of my Circus dumbbell off of my push. I'm working on the jerk, but I mean, so much of my power is from this. So creating that internal pressure, doing a very athletic movement with the jump. And that's what I see a lot of the really good pressers do. It's a jump kind of into just a really standard push press. I do think I could get more pounds out of it if I'm dipping down, but I'm not overly worried about that yet. I'm just playing around with it. Okay. Ooh, I don't know if I would give myself that one. Yeah, we'll do one more of those at 125. Just not. Whew. I was talking with Tanner the other day, might have been yesterday, and we talked about how it really feels like your clicks and it feels like nothing, or it's like it's not moving. Clanging and banging, yep. All right. My next one I'll count as part of the first set. Okay. Ah. Gosh. I'll take that. Oh my gosh. Ooh, I lost that one. That was like locking my lat. I don't know. Yeah, that was a good save. That was a hard recovery on that one. Okay. Let's try 135. You know what I forgot? And it's got to be the reason. I forgot more neoprene. I didn't have my elbow sleeve on. That's got to be like all the pounds are in the 7 millimeters of neoprene. What am I doing? How am I a lifter if I'm not strapped in with as much neoprene as possible? You see, I got that rep because I put on chalk. That's another thing. I was unchalked. Didn't have my neoprene on. Just rookie mistakes. Can't be strong without chalk and neoprene. Thanks, Brandon. You have a good night. Have a good rest of your weekend. Okay. I'll stretch out my ankle a little bit more. Okay. Alrighty, Carp. Yeah. We will get set up with neoprene. Okay. Ooh, overrated, underrated SPD belts. I'll come back to that in a moment. That's a good overrated, underrated. Ah, okay. Ah, come on. Come on. Ah, man. I'm gonna give it another go. Just feel off. Just heavy. Yeah, I'm just a little bit off. I'm gonna pull up the chat. Had some, you all made some comments and I can't see them. Oh, let's see. All right, overrated, underrated SPD belts. Uh, I think they've gone back around and now they're underrated. I think they had become overrated, and then people meme them so much for being overrated that now they're underrated again. Now, do I like them or not? It's my favorite belt. I have two of them. I have one for me and one for a guest. So I clearly like them a lot. They were my favorite belt by far. I don't care that's SPD. It's the design. That's what I like a lot. Okay. All right, I'll get set up. Do it again. Okay, let's try again. Come on. There we go. That's better. That was much better. Oh, let me smart. I'll call it there on maxing out. I, that's the first one that felt like I hit the spot right. Appreciate it. I appreciate the support. That's tough. It shouldn't be. That should not be tough. That should be a come in any day of the week and do weight. Cut back to when I said 150, right? All right. Next thing is Circus Dumbbell clean and press away. Uh, it looks like I'm doing as many reps as I can, like an AMRAP, like from the press away. Yeah, that one, Carp, that one definitely had a little bit more stabilization with it. That was not exactly like the ones where we stick it and it's like I didn't even press. It just flew up into the air. That one I did kind of have to lock in, but which I'm actually glad. I don't like that I do some of these reps and it feels like I didn't even press because that's telling me I'm leaving a whole lot on the table as far as strength because there's no way that high repetition or max single or low rep attempt should be feeling like nothing. I should be quite muscularly drained. And so, though the weight number is not where I want it to be for right now, I'm happy for what it is. Yeah, I've two things. I did some priming, like mental priming and physical priming, where I walk myself through it. I was mentally coaching myself, each of my cues, and that really helped with that balance point and getting a little bit more lift. That means a lot to me. Like when I do those setups, I try not to rely on that too much because the amount that you get to do that in a comp is pretty minimal. But yeah, I mean, I've done ones where it was, 135 that weight, and I didn't feel like I pressed at all. It was all legs. And Andrew gets on to me about that. I'm leaving so much on the table with my press. So it could be today I was so focused on the push, I was not pressing with my legs and I miss what I'm used to. There's a lot of real technical pieces of Circus dumbbell. I try to take that with a grain of salt. Okay. So Andrew wants me to do 65% of the one rep max. So 65% of 135. I'm not big math, so 85 pounds ish is what he's saying. That's about what the math is at too. This is not 85 pounds empty. Those are not. That 10-inch I have isn't 85 pounds empty. I'm making a comment for him. I'm gonna do empty 12-inch. So 102 for the reps. I don't know what he wants me to do in this situation. He does forget what my implements way, which I don't blame him. I have it written on them. That's how I remember it. But I do have to take a little bit of an executive decision on what should the weight be if it doesn't quite work. Carp, do you still have a Circus dumbbell? Did you ever have a Circus dumbbell? I can't remember if that was something you ever ended up picking up or not. Ooh, I can update this. Yeah, I got the 10-inch 3-4 years ago. Oh, did this track me? You kidding me? I don't want. Ah, I love this thing. It's such cool technology, but geez, I did not want it to track me. Yeah, the Marcus gods are who you need to get a good circus dumbbell at a price that's reasonable. They are so expensive for what they are. Um, my 10 inches of Texas Power Concepts. I got that from a high school gym teacher who, when I was in Louisville, and then I found this on Facebook Marketplace in Tennessee, nearish to Nashville, and my parents picked it up. And then when we met for my birthday, they drove it up from there. That's where I got it. Yeah. It seems like the crew who can make them might live a little bit far. So someone local might be the best way to go about it. There are several crew now who have essentially the design and schematics for them. I'd say that expand your range that you're looking to get it from, and getting like a crew relay to get it to you, or up your budget. I don't really think I paid anything cheap for this. I actually can't remember what I paid for this because it was a gift, so it was free to me. Um, it probably was like $250, maybe 300. That one was 200, I think. So I think those are good prices. Circus dumbbells are expensive. Oh, Titan sells them now. Are you opposed to doing one through Titan, Carp? If you are, I don't think that's a problem. I am opposed to the Titan Circus dumbbell. Now, if I didn't have a Circus dumbbell, I would have bought one through Titan. And if I wanted to get one. Okay. Let's switch to my lighter elbow sleeves. There we go. That's a knee sleeve. There we go. My really cheap way to equally, so I'm less worried about symmetrical wear and tear on my body for asymmetrical movements. I'm more worried about asymmetrical wear and tear on equipment. So I turn the left arm sleeve inside out, wear it on my right arm, and try to flip flop them. I don't think it's gonna break. I don't know. So the thing to remember, and you'll see, I'm being incredibly rough on this. Hell, if you watch the video back, when I smashed this into the floor, that was an overhead drop into the floor. No degree of protection. I really looked this thing over. It didn't dent at all. Now, I don't think that's reasonable. That should have been an event where I look back at it and I mean, I'd be very upset that my equipment got damaged or broke, but I wouldn't have been like, "Oh my god, how dare this piece of equipment get damaged after I dropped it from overhead onto the ground loaded to 135 pounds." So it's like also expectations of the damage that you're going to do to your equipment. Uh, I mean, I think you have crash cushions, the Abmat log ones. That's what I drop them on. You see them, I fall down. Now, the thing to do to reduce it, and Jake did a video on it, is you go up, you come down, and then you plop them down. That will really decrease the damage that you're risking to it. Um, but yeah, but I feel you because really you're looking at like what do you ship to your door? You're looking at, I don't know, the main one I know of that you could have shipped to your door is MB Power Center. And I don't really, I guess two Titan bells equals an MB Power Center. Is that math true? If that's the case, then maybe it is. I just don't think you're going to break it. Ask crew. What do they? I'm sure some people have it by now. Okay. Oh, I had a couple more of me. I was running out of breath. Whew. Those didn't feel great. I was trying to play around with my dip. Oh, it just didn't feel good. Oh. How many is it pull-ups? Is it 3? Yeah. 3 pull-ups. What type of break is he supposed to give me here? He does not say. I won't take a too long a break, but I'm gonna see. Can I adjust? You can enjoy my heavy breathing. What gets the most use in your home gym, the Scout Hyper or the Freak Athlete? Oh, Freak Athlete by far. I haven't used the Westside Scout in, I don't know, 4 months, 5 months. And then before that, I hadn't used it in 4 months. It's probably used twice a year. I got that at the Road Garage sale for very cheap, probably 250 bucks. Uh, if it didn't store away so small, then I would get rid of it. Yeah, I use the Freak Athlete a ton more. No, I'll say it again and again. Get the Freak Athlete. I love it. I think it's great. Uh, Nearly every home gym I see crew have makes it, in my opinion, one of the higher price items that I think it's worth to have. It's coming up more and more on Marketplace. I think they're advertising it so broadly to get into so many range of fitness levels. That means that it's so saturated in more locations with people who are more likely to have turnover in their equipment. Not that they want new equipment, that they get equipment and realize they don't use it, that there's a good chance you can get pretty good equipment for not a lot. Now, I can't speak to the older version of the two, the one with all red knobs. Oh yeah, Freak Athletes, the 2026 used Peloton. I think so. Well, I, I don't think Freak Athletes selling as many as Peloton, so I bet you still will see way more used Pelotons. But hence Tanner and Tommy both being able to get a used Peloton, but Tommy's a great example of that, of where like the Freak Athlete, I still think is a great addition to his gym. If he wants a GHD, because he get a GHD and a hyper extension out of it, he's already got a piece of equipment to do leg extension leg curls and a really good piece to do leg extension leg curls. But the Freak Athlete has the cable attachment. It would hook on his cable tower really easily. Daisy chain it, you know. Okay. Let's see how many we get. Ah. Oh, I need a I need a kind judge to count that last one. Oh. Yeah. That's a good idea, Carp. Oh man, I'm out of breath. Yeah, I'll spitball some things out loud right now, so you just don't have to listen to heavy breathing. Um, hmm. It's, I mean, it's just the ease of the whole design from the perspective of a home gym owner, because I have to change layers so often, or like strongman when I might have, which I don't do anymore. But at one point, I did wear like the neoprene belt with the lever belt over top, which that's like if you have a normal lever belt, that's like a whole radical adjustment. And so even if you're a big fan of like the PAL, which I have the PAL, um, it doesn't adjust enough for that. Especially again, if you're a home gym, you wear a t-shirt, a hoodie, let's say underneath the hoodie, but over the t-shirt, you put on your neoprene belt, you put your lever belt over top of that. Hell, maybe you put the hoodie over top of both, and that's fine. But maybe you want to put the lever belt over top of the hoodie. I don't know. You just get more options. You're not limited by anything as long as you get an appropriate size in the SBD. Um, I guess my biggest gripe previously was the colorway. Carp, you're a red and black guy, so this is right up your alley. But I'm not a red and black guy. I actually, I don't want to yuck anybody's yum. If you like red and black, please love red and black. Rock out your gym in it, all that stuff. I want that for you. But I don't like red and black. It's a little bit too um, hyper masculine for the vibe I'm going for. I like a little bit more muted type of layout. My favorite color is purple. So I'd really like a purple and black. Like if this was purple sway, black outside, that'd be great. Um, I guess I can say this. I don't know. They probably don't want me advertising this, but Chris and Randy can be mad at me if they want. You can get a custom belt through. Well, okay, I'll preview this. This will be the more expensive option and a little bit more of a workaround. Um, it is possible to get just the lever from SBD through some uh, clever messaging. DM me if you need explained what that means. You can. I have seen people do it. I have not done it. I don't condone doing it for all reasons involved, but people have, and it's possible. You then have the lever to do with as you please, and you could get Belt Fed Strength or any leather company that would do custom belts to do one with design with the holes, and that way you could get it customized your liking. Because I don't think their patent is on the holes. I think their patent's on the lever. So I don't think you're infringing on anything there. So that's a thing you could do. If you want custom, which I think a lot of people do, Go with, Belt Fed or Pioneer, whichever one you prefer to support or you like what their options are. Belt Fed does a certain range of options really well, and Pioneer does a certain range of options really well. So just whatever fits your needs. I like Belt Fed more. I like Chris and Randy a lot, but I'm biased, so I'll disclose my bias in that selection. I don't know why. Okay, I do know why. The SBD belt's so popular in IPF or powerlifting because of its approval, but I don't find it that much more functional for powerlifting. You don't really have the same need requirements for this high level of adjustability. So if you're a powerlifting style training, I really think anything you like and fits your budget, and probably lean into the customization more. Um, but if you use strongman, I would say the SBD one's really good for that variability. Now, if you're a prong person, if you like prong belts, obviously this is not scratching that itch at all. So um, there's another answer for you. I switched to a lever belt in 2019. I think I got a Black Friday sale from Rise. And then the PAL came out, I think over COVID-ish time, 2020-ish for pre-order. I bought the PAL when it was a pre-order and put that on. I have an old Instagram video on that. You'd have to scroll back 600 videos to get there. I used that for a while, and then probably 2022, I got my first SBD, and I've been on SBD since. Okay. See, Carp, sometimes I appreciate the prompt for the question. I do like to just kind of ramble about some of these topics. And that's where reels are not a good format for this because I can't just talk endlessly. I have to be very concise. Live streams are really good just to kind of have something that I'm doing in the background while I talk about it. Okay, I've been getting 6. I don't know why 10 is really in my brain. I really want 10. The number doesn't make any sense if I've been getting 6. But I really want 10. I'm out of air. That's why I lose. That's frustrating. I just don't want to get lightheaded with that over my head. I'm a little gun shy since I dropped it that one time. For good reason. I don't think many people would fault that. Oh, 3 pull-ups. How's the exposure above my head here? Like where my hand is right now, I have my TV on as like a feedback so I can see the stream, and it's real blown out by the lights. But on my phone or on the playback on the laptop, looks great. Okay. Still drowned out. Okay. I appreciate the feedback. I'm just curious if I can mess around with that at a later day. I now have he wants me to do earthquake bar. I'm gonna change that out for the tsunami. I just want to get a little bit of hands-on with the tsunami bar because I do have that prep to focus on. Ah. Yes, how I do my deadlift jack is like this. So I have way too many projects going on to ever fall through this. I had a product idea, so feel free to take it, sell it, profit off it. Just give my name credit somewhere, even a footnote, smallest footnote. Um, this is probably not original idea. No idea is original, but I think you could make like a very low profile wall mount for your deadlift jack that would be usable for more than just one deadlift jack. So I have the Clava Belt Genesis Jack Pro, I think that's what it's called. And so it's incredibly light, right? Like that is, I mean, relative to strength, right? Like to hold your deadlift jack like that, I think is not an easy thing to do. So very light. I think it's around 10 pounds, give or take a pound or two. So it hangs really well up here. No reason your other ones wouldn't. Um, but if you just had a really low profile, almost a barbell shaft, just like what it's made to go into, that came out of the wall by 2 inches, 3 inches, probably less the better because it would, you really just need enough to meet most cups. So probably 2 inches would be great. And then you could wall mount them and get them off the floor. I hate stuff on the floor. I'm very passionate about this. I've thought about it for a long time. I actually tried to make a product for it, but time and knowledge keep me away from being able to do that. So I would rather have that idea out there for it to happen than me just hold on to it. But you already have your barbell, so I mean, me talking to make full. You just do what I do. Yeah, stream still looks good. My my feed is real garbage right now. Oh, that looks better. Okay. That might have looked fine on your all's end. My end, the stream really tanked right there. It's the rep scheme here. Hmm. I'm gonna use these Rip Fit plates. No reason except for it sounds fun. And I memed on them pretty hard. I know I don't know the status of the Gluck Vulcan situation. I don't know where they're at right now in that, but I should probably be a little bit more careful about talking bad about a product. But I'll clarify. Rip Fit plates are great. Just think they're kind of pointless for being 20 pounds. I just don't know why someone would spend their money on them. I didn't spend any money. They're really pretty. Just why are they 20 pounds? It's ridiculous. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Good plate math, you know. I complain about them, but oh, this is weird. Oh, these like screwed. These screw out. I hope not. Mhm. I've never noticed that. The pin on these is very loose. A very plasticky bar never gives me a lot of confidence, but these are pretty used and abused bars by like collegiate teams. It's kind of their market. So I would hope they're not crap. Oh, 8 at 100. That's not 102. Am I giving myself credit? I'm giving myself too much credit. There's 100. What am I doing? How dare I lie on the internet? Oh, let's go up. Why not? What do we go up to? We're at 6 reps. Probably go up to 110? 120? Let's do 120. Let's be adventurous. These plates look great on camera, though. I will, again, I love that look, that inner line. What do you all think of the rep plates with their, like, I'm pulling a term out of nowhere, like a brush nickel almost, like a matte finish that they're toting. What do you all think of that for their calibrated-esque plates? Up to 120. Oh. Oh, Robo just posted a YouTube video on the Vulture versus a functional trainer comparison. Definitely go give that a watch. That's probably really cool. Hmm. Okay. I would have definitely normally got caught in a spiral of being on my phone way too long there. If it wasn't for streaming. So again, reasons that I'm streaming. You think after lifting for 16 years? Yeah, 16 years, I would be better at that. But nope. Probably worse. Probably much worse because I've gotten older. Woo! I'm glad I did 120. That wasn't that bad. Ooh, we're down to 3 reps. I think we go up a lot. So comp weight, I think, is 160. I think we go up to 160. So we're 120. 40 more pounds. What's that look like? We have some real ugly placement of weight. $20, $30, $40. Oh, dumb. It's not a good way to do that math. I should put the 25 so I can more easily do that. Okay, what's this put me at? This is 50, 150. 60. No. 100, 150, 160 with a 5. Okay. There we go. A 25 and a 5 on top of what I already have. Because that's 60 pounds. Wow. That math was really hard, Hogan. Man, I bet that's loud right into the microphone. Clanging and banging. Man, my like right thumb and like the pad do not feel great. There we go. Back to 160. All right. I'm going to change back into my normal t-shirt. This is a gross reality, but I do not wash the grip shirt after every use because I don't want to mess up the tackiness of the grip. Yes, I also like the look of that a lot. The silver plates. Funny enough, those are not called chrome plates. I don't know if you're referencing my most recent video on RipFit. Maybe it's not most recent. One of my videos on RipFit where I talk about their I don't know if you're talking about referencing my most recent video on RipFit where I talk about the plates. But yes, it looks really good. It's done well. And their logo branding is not bad. It's very Titan-esque. Like they're almost italics to it. So it does make me think Titan, which probably isn't a good thing for branding purposes, but I'm gonna belt up on this one. But no, they're great. I'm beating a dead horse, but they're 20 pounds, which is ridiculous. Oh, the cable curl. It's not a bad. It does the job. It's just when both of them, I would not buy those. They're so expensive. Everything that I've gotten from them is expensive for what they are. Like Rep does a cable curl that is half the price, and I'm sure it's the same exact thing. I bet it's better. I have no reason to think that aside from just have favoritism to Rep, but they look the exact same. So the price is ridiculous, but yeah. Just aluminum. If it's aluminum, it just feels cheaper. But the benefit of the aluminum for attachments is you don't have weight then adding into the equation for what the attachment is. Oh yeah, yeah. For work like this, I could get over it. But would you then spend? I think these are $180 for a pair. You spend $180 for that, like because you can spend less and get the same thing from another company, and the weight is correct. And there might even be like an IPF approval, like an actual officiant who stands by them, which means nothing. But I mean, if I had two the same product and I didn't really care about the logoing, I'd pick whatever one was approved. Oh, that's a bit heavy. Oh. I need to see all the chat history to catch up. I know after I bought stuff from them, I'm sure it's just marketing and how that channel works. But I mean, so many ads, and it's all like influencer esque ads. Like trying to, best home gym setups, all this all in one from RitFit. And I'm like, if you got money to spend for an all-in-one setup, don't buy RitFit. I mean, you can. It's just not marketed as far as like the the what you're getting for the money isn't great on most of the things. Yeah, it's a lot of money. That's what I mean. It's ridiculous. You're paying calibrated weight. I mean, these are cheaper. These Rogue ones that are IPF approved, calibrated to whatever they're probably 10 grams. I forget what their specification is. These are cheaper than that. The Hansu chrome with color accent are cheaper by like $10, $20, something like that. And it's all in my video, but like it's ridiculous. Now, I think if I had like blind first time ever seeing the company, I like the RitFit logo more than Hansu. I'm actually a big critic of the Hansu logo. I don't like how it looks. Um, but I'm being very picky there. However, I would saving any amount of money on something so specialized like that, I would still just get Hansu. But again, I did not buy these. These were free with a gift card. I would never spend that money on that. With them being off in weight, I I don't want to get caught and I'd say I never buy these, and then I end up buying Hansu ones one day. I could see myself doing it one day because I do like those more than the standard calibrateds. But oh, really? They've been around for a while. I had no idea. Sounds like they were another exercise fitness focus, and now we're in like that gym lifting space. Interesting. I didn't know that. That was good. Oh, I didn't follow. You'd think I had reading comprehension issues. Andrew said one or the other only when it comes to push press versus strict press. That really does screw with the numbers. If all of a sudden I keep going up in weight, you think they're strict press. Hmm. Oh, what are we on now? Dumbbell front raises with trap 3 raise. Okay, let's clean this up. Yeah, carp with that history, it almost makes me think they're like a Walmart brand or like a subsidiary spinoff of that. Which they very well could be. It's all the same factory. It's just who buys what and slaps what logo on what. So I say that as though it's a hot take, even though it's incredibly common. Almost everything is marketing. That's fine. I don't see really an issue with that for home gyms, like it being driven by marketing and perception. I'm a big advocate for make sure you like what you bought. Yeah. I just don't know if I would give them that tag of budget. They feel like they're supposed to be, but I'm not. I don't have that brand association after my experience of them as being budget. It does feel like it is though, which that's good marketing. You aren't charging budgeted prices, though I perceive you as the budget option. So if I'm looking for budget, I go to you to buy it and I end up paying more than I would have paid than the other person. That's probably the smartest marketing you could do. Let's hope this doesn't flip. I'm glad I thought about that. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Just those all in ones. I guess I don't give that as much of a factor in my perception. Um, since I'm not buying anything like that, and that's my own problem. Like that doesn't mean that that's their issue. That's a me thing, not a them thing. Because there are loads of people who are buying for that goal or that want for those all in ones. It's just such a blind spot to me. Yeah, and I agree with that on they I think they give a lot of reviewers a chance to review their equipment. Like all this is to say, and I say this all the time about equipment over if you like it and it's helping you get towards your goals, awesome. Like please exercise, better your life and your health, prevent chronic health conditions through exercise. Definitely do. Like, whatever that takes. I don't care who you buy, if that's the end result. You could be making bad decisions, and I might not agree with him. As long as that's the end result, I don't care. But I think most people try to be conscientious of price and the value you get. Oh, we're getting a lot of equipment talk. What are we getting? Yeah, I get your carp on all those together in one. I think it's just from my again, look at my gym. Like it's such a unique perspective of what I'm looking for. If I'm doing that, I want it to do the things well because in my experience, if you don't get it and it's doing it well, you're just not going to either use it, you're going to use it less, or something. Like it's going to negatively impact end outcome of the product if it's not done to its not top degree, but a well status in its claim. Oh, yeah, okay. Carp, that's a good way to kind of summarize a 10-minute tangent I had. Once you've had something of quality with a lot of thought put into it, those kind of fall off as far as what you think of them. You know what? That's a good end opinion. You've said it best there. I'll use you all for Google. Is supinate underhanded or overhanded? Under. Okay. Thank you. Okay, that's what I'm doing. Supinating your hands on the way up. Interesting. Okay, I'm glad he said that. I would never think this. Ooh, that man, I really feel that in my rotator cuffs, like in a good way. Ooh, I like those a lot. My goal with YouTube, um, have number one, have fun. Just really like have a good time. This is really enjoyable for me. I'm having a blast. The past few days I've been doing this uh, for the live streams. It's a great time. I mean, of course, like it'd be fun if other people enjoyed it and I got some more interaction, but that just leans into the fun aspect of it. I just hope to not go live and have a whole stream and not one person pop on to say hi. Like that would also feel nice too. If someone's always at least just coming on to say hi, it's just like if you went to the gym and it's the typical time. that you and other people you know go. Maybe you're not really close with them, but you know of them, where you just work out at the same time. Hell, maybe you do know them, and you give each other that nod. It's just this sense of I'm in the gym, I'm connecting with another person. That's long story to say. That's my want behind this. There's no goal to be like a reviewer or build like a big YouTube channel and make money on it. It's just to have fun and build community. Yeah, it does. Accountability of the workouts. This seems like I'm going slow, but I don't know if we have a moment of honesty. And maybe other people are better than I am. I'm sure they are. I'm very much a problem child of this. Of I'm so slow in here. I take forever. A lot of it is me not actually doing what I need to be doing. And none of it's terrible. This is my time. Like I can do whatever I want with it. Um, but it keeps me moving. It keeps me off the doom scrolling of the phone. And if I take a pause for what's too long, it's to talk with people. And you know what? I I'm okay with that. Like if I end up missing a set or a reps or whatever, because I just spent too long talking with a friend or somebody on the stream, that's so much better of a feeling to me than, oh, I watched 5 reels that I retained zero information from, and then I'm later into the night and have nothing to show for it. Um, Other things. Is there anything else I really want to have on YouTube? I don't know. A lot of my efforts really gone to my Instagram. I'm really trying to get to 1,000 followers on Instagram so I could stream there. But to be honest, the format of YouTube has been really good. The features and the usability, also the way that it catalogs everything. Um, I might be getting what I need through this. This might be better. Ah. Yeah, I'll give that a go on the razors there. I find a lot of discomfort in the handful of ways I've seen to do these. Like just the angle here isn't great. I'll give it another go. I don't know. That's me being a bit of a wuss on pain in the gym. I could throw a pad on it, I guess. Make it a little bit more comfortable. You can't place your knee on the seat bottom to be taller. What is the seat bottom? Like here? Like leaned on it like that? I don't know. I'll give you a chance to reply. Okay. Andrew, are you Benny T120? I love the internet names. For better or worse, Andrew, I hope you know if this I had no idea who Benny T120 was. I would have taken them just as seriously on trying it as if you said it to me. Maybe I can even angle it. How about that? I'll watch your video again. You know, one more piece of equipment to get strong. I need the ab mat chest up pad. Yeah, I'm open minded. I'm pretty big, especially on the accessories. Uh oh, that's sweet. Oh, that makes me happy, Andrew. I need to watch your video again. What bench do you have there, Andrew? The back on yours. I've slowly reduced my use of uh, screen handling back to my name. I think that's I don't know, that's a bit of what we complain about, right? Is the anonymity of the internet when that's what AIM or MSN Instant Messenger gave such a high level of anonymity, but then you get terrible people online because there is no accountability. me. I think it was 8. I hope it was 8 because that's all I got in me. Was it 8? Oh, thank Lord it was 8. Okay. There we go. It reminds me of the prime shorty bench. It's seems a little taller than the shorty, but it's really similar. But it does give vibes of an early commercial gym snag, almost like a bench you'd find at a hotel gym that has oddly nice equipment in some of their stuff, but other equipment is absolutely trash that they overpaid on. I know I have a original Rep AB 5200. I really like it. I will say I am in the market for a new bench. Oh, we got Brimmy. Hey, Brimmy. Um, I'm really kicking myself. There was a Rogue Man Ray for sale on Marketplace a few weeks ago that I missed out on. I wish I got it. It was a good deal. Yeah, the newer Man Ray, the standard pad is their firm pad with the fat pad grip over it. So their original one of the Manta Ray was almost like some mold rubber that they did, and I did not like that at all. It was way too slick. I mean, it felt really nice. I like a firm bench, but I didn't like how slick it was. So then they came out with a different pad option that you could do. But now I think that's standard, and they don't do the other pad anymore, or it's not the standard. And so that bench had that. Um, Again, wish I got that. It feels like a tank. Like it does. Well, like all that wobble, that won't do that at all. Can't see the wobble down there. The wobble here won't do any of that. Okay. When I first saw the Manta Ray, I was like, man, that's so expensive. Why would anybody ever buy it? And I got my hands on it. And then I was like, oh, for the right price, I would buy it. Do you know what it weighs, Andrew? I like ATX a lot. Um, little overrated. I'm not a huge fan of the branding, but it's great. Like they really do make good equipment. Oh dang. So this, if you add up the what the components weigh, uh, weighs 150 pounds. The Rep AB 5200 with spotter deck, because I have a spotter deck on this. Here, I'll show that off. We'll come down here with me. But the spotter deck on here puts this at a really heavy bench. All right, come back to follow me. See if I can get this to stop tracking. I have to go a little closer. Does not want to stop. There we go. I know it makes me look silly, Brimmy, when it doesn't do it right. I looked to see if you could change the gestures. You cannot. That is not an option. Brandon had a really good idea of making it you flip it the bird to make it start and stop. I like that a lot more. Ah. Um, it's a I don't know if I've talked to you about it. It's a webcam that I just got, not a tripod, but it's on a tripod. Just MacGyvered onto a tripod. Whew. Yeah, so I'm sure everybody's seen this function, but I'll do it now. But it'll track me. It's great for like, oh, I'm gonna come over here and talk, and oh, we're gonna look at my cable attachments or for my cleaning up. The other thing it does, which is really cool, and everyone's favorite hand signal, it should zoom in. I can't see the monitor until the TV catches up, but that should do it to 2 times zoom on my face, and then it'll still track me at 2 times zoom. And then I think if I do it again, it should undo it. There we go. It'll zoom back out. And then if I do this, that'll zoom in and I can keep it zooming in. I think I can do it again. And even tighter. And then can I do it one more time? Nope, that's max. So we're now at max zoom on head, which I don't know how much resolution you lose, but then you can go, oh wait, I can't do that way. This, and then I can zoom in like that, or zoom out rather. Again, I'm waiting for the monitor to catch up. And if I do it again, I can get it all the way out. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's super cheap. This one is like 150 bucks or something, or maybe it was 100. I think it was on sale. Um, it's great for this though. I love it for this. We'll pause the pause the motion tracking. There we go. Anything new in tech, I get real excited about, and then I end up using it so much so that I'm probably losing time in the workout because I like to pause and show off my toys. But it's my live stream. If that's what I want to do, that's what I'm going to do. All right, Andrew, what do we have next? We have half kneeling med ball chop. You say, if you can't perform this, let me know. Just pivot to use a band tied up high on upright and perform crossbody chop. Just hold the extension 2 to 3 seconds before running to top. Let's watch the video. Okay. Take a half kneeling position parallel to a nearby wall. Are you asking me to throw this ball into the wall? Oh, yeah, I can't do these. There's no appropriate wall in here to do that. What's your alternative? If you can't let me know, just this is me letting you know, Andrew. I'm not throwing a ball at a wall. There's just no wall that's appropriate for it. I've used up all the wall space. I'm assuming. I know I'm high maintenance, Andrew. You have to adhere to all these needs I have. Um, I don't know. Is this high? I assume this is high. This bench out of the way. Ugh. There's an old man grunt for you, picking up this bench. That was an excessive grunt. I gotta be honest with everybody on that. That was unnecessary. Such a prince. Oh my goodness. Okay, I gotta pause to show my dog. I am a millennial. To show off my dog. Nicole just sent me a picture of Rogue. All right. Let's see if I can do this. She's on my pile of clothes that I need to put in the laundry in our bedroom. She loves daddy. Such a sweet girl. That's so cute. Ooh, I need to put these on the other upright. I don't really know what a chop is. I could probably figure it out. Like that. Here. Recenter this to me. Lunge position. Yes, you're right. Here we go. Inside leg up. Okay, let's just look at the video again. The leg they have not at the wall is what is up. So I'll wait a second. Is this correct? That can't be correct. It's got to be this. Right? There's going to be a long pause. Try and see if it's uncomfortable, but I would do the inside leg. We have the same issue with eccentric and eccentric, Andrew. On what is inside? Inside to what? This is what feels comfortable. So I'm going to do this. How many? 8. I stopped counting. We'll do 4 more. Whew. Do you want 3 per side? So 6 total movements. Okay. Oh, there's a lot of our stuff. Okay, diamond push-ups, 10. Oh. Okay. I will do that. And then V-ups. Oh, turn away, Andrew. Don't watch me do V-ups. Oh. Oh, God. Already lost count. Those suck. Those look very similar to how I do a hollow rock. I mean, they're different, but they're not too far off. No, that's less of a you thing. We're showing different wavelengths sometimes. Oh, it was 12. Okay, good. Okay. Oh, I gotta get done so I can go to dinner. So, okay, I'm gonna count that as Brimmy, please. Tiptoe to strongman. You don't have to commit. Just like throw in a couple movements a week that are strongman. You'll get so much stronger. Like I'm sure if I kept training powerlifting style, I would have gotten a lot stronger at powerlifting in its own way. But my relative progress in focusing on strongman has been so much more. I also have a lot of fun. It's just a lot of fun. And of course, if you want a group to have some guided instruction through at a good price, Team Stronger Together, it's a group where you'll have an app that you get your programming through. Definitely worth a month to try it out just to see if you like it. Stronger Together by Cody Abel and Andrew Haynes and a handful of other coaches. If you really like it and you want to jump into it, I'm sure any one of the coaches would be happy to do individual coaching or even making a program for you to the competition that you'd like to train for. That's, to find a medium type of price point for you. Maybe they won't, but it's worth asking. They're really nice people. It's a really good group. You could weld a circus. Yeah. The biggest issue is equipment, and you have the fix to all those problems because you could just make what you need. Why am I not having you make stuff for me? I need some equipment. I'm still missing stuff. Hard to believe, but I am. Oh, I missed two. I'm just cramming my last two sets together. I'll wrap up. I want a loadable Husafel stone. I don't like saying copy people, but something that's similar to what MB Power Center does. I'm really not a big fan of like saying, "Hey, I want what this person already makes." However, that is what I want. I just need a version that's probably also not good to ask you to do a custom piece, and my concern's price. That's my concern with MB Power Center, just out of my budget. I'm sure there's other stuff that I'm missing. That's the current hunt item, though. Oh, knee break. Oh, the other things I'm looking for are deadlift extenders, which you put on the end of a deadlift bar to then load plates on the end of those for a longer deadlift. You're simulating a monster, mammoth, whatever deadlift bar, like a strongman deadlift bar that's like 10 feet long. And so, to find that out, you would look up whatever the standard ones on the market are at the point in which plates actually begin getting loaded onto. So, where their sleeves are. And then you'd make a barbell sleeve with a loading pin at the end of it that would fit over the end of a barbell to where the first plate you would then put on its loading sleeve would be at the standard length of those longer 10-foot bars, and then reach the full length for a loading that makes sense. That's the other piece I'm looking for because I can't find a 10-foot bar on Marketplace. The ones online are the Cerberus bar, and it's like $1,000. Um, so an adapter is what I'm looking at now. And everybody in the Discord, the Massonomics Discord, who's doing the Lift Hard, Live Easy Strongman, would be a good market for those. So if you found a good one to do for that, they would love it. Ah, ah, God. Ah, oh. Oh my goodness, those are bad. They look bad, they felt bad, all of it. Okay. Recap for today. We did 17 exercises, 49 sets, 296 reps. Took 162 minutes. Total pounds lifted was 10,076. But we're wrapped up. I gotta go shower, get ready for dinner. I'm gonna catch up on the chat real quick so I can speak to any comments that were just made. Gotcha. Okay. You'll have a good night. I really appreciate you joining just to chit chat and hang out. I can't say enough how much I appreciate it. This is really fun for me. So, um, if you had a good time, thank you. I'm glad this was enjoyable. I'll be on typically Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays at 6:15 p.m. Eastern Time. That's my typical Friday. Oftentimes I'll be on at 6:15 p.m. Eastern. Just as often as that happens, I move it to Saturday and left then as well. So I'll hop off there. You guys have a good night. I'll be on my phone every now and then for the rest of the night. So if you want to still chat or whatnot, hit me in the Discord or Instagram or something. But good night.